How are you, students? Welcome. I just want to make sure that my voice is clear to all of you. You hear me? Oh, clear. Okay. Okay. Faisal said, Nora. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Today we will cover, we're still in book 2. It's about retailing business, and we will cover section 4, I guess, in retailing business. Okay. Session 4, understanding the retail environment. Understanding the retail environment. Okay, before I start, I would remind you that according to the calendar, we should have activity 1 next week, week 6. In fact, according to the calendar, we are in week 5. So next week will be week 6. But according to the practice, we are in week 3, I guess. So we missed 2 weeks in the first semester. We start a little bit late, so it's okay. But just to remind you that next week will be week 6 according to the calendar, and we should have activity. Okay, so please get into the LMS during these coming days, and you will find announcements in this regard. Okay, just make sure that you are aware of the activity, LMS activity 1. Okay, and there will be marks for this activity from 10 to maybe more than 10 marks. Okay, so we start now session 4. We're still in book 1, session 4, understanding the retail environment, and this is the outline. It's 5 items: social and cultural forces, second, technological forces, and then microenvironment, and number 4, competition in retail markets, and then we come up to the conclusions. Okay, these are the outlines of the retail environment. We start with social and cultural forces, which consist of 3 elements under this topic, which are demographic elements and cultural elements and consumerism, which is in Arabic العوامل الاستهلاكية. Okay, what do we mean when we say demographic? Demographic is all about population, in terms of size, in terms of characteristic, male, female, old people, youth, children, kids, infants, and the percentage of any kind of these. Is it elderly population, or is it youth population like in Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia population is mostly youth, from 24 to 45. About 60% of the population in this span of age. So demographic means the factors that related to population in terms of size. Of course, bigger size, huge size, such as Africa, Asia, China, means huge demands of 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 some products, some goods, uh, such as the essential goods for living, such as foods, such as living, houses, apartments. Okay, so the size of population affects the demand, and the demand affects the retail business. Okay, size of population affect the demand and affect the price and affect the needs, and all these factors affect the retail business. Also, the characteristic, are they rich people mostly? Are they poor society, poor population like in Africa? Are they mostly living in rare uh, area or modern area? All these characteristics, are they well educated, not educated? Okay. Are they according to underdevelopment countries, development countries? So all this might change consumer spending for sure. Change consumer spending, and consumer spending would affect the retail business as a result. Areas of demographic that concern retailers, as we said, the characteristic and size. Number one, age profiles and age distribution. Age profiles and age distribution. In what age are they? Youth society or elder society? It's affect demand for products, because older people tend to have more money to spend, more than the kids, more than the children. Female people in countries that female doesn't work, so they are tend to have less money to spend. But if they work, they tend to have more money to spend. And also working patterns. This is what we have said just now. Working patterns. Females, are they working? Are they allowed to work or not? Children, are they allowed to work? Because working patterns affect spending patterns. Okay, high spending patterns, low spending patterns, shopping behavior and employable workforce. Also, this affect the spending patterns. Income and expenditure affect spending power. Raising incomes increase more money to spend on. So, such as in European country, United States, where the wages are so high, so there will be more money available to spend. Not like Africa, for example, not like Asian countries, where the income is very low, whereby less money to spend on overall. But also raising income increase more money to spend on non-essential items, like ladies would spend more money in cosmetics, in clothing, in watches, in marks, in items. Expensive items. Okay, this figure shows the world population growth, because growth percentage would affect definitely the retail business. If the country has high growth of population or not. Like, for example, Egypt, they have high growth of population, not like in Saudi Arabia. growth population. Like in Asian country, in Japan, which is limited growth population, European limited growth population, but in Africa high growth population. So we will see in this figure that in Africa it has more growth population, and this for the period from 1950 to the future 21 to 100. Okay, so more the area that has more growth population is Africa, and then other Asia, and then India, China, Latin America. But developing country like United States or Canada or European countries, Western Europe, they have less population growth. Okay. World population growth is expanding. Growth of world population attract retailers. Okay, because once you have high growth of population, you have high demand. You have high growth of demand and high growth of products needed for this population. So it would affect the retailing business the same as affecting the factory, manufacturing, wholesaler. All would be affected by high growth population. Household structure. Changes in household structure have significant implication for retailers. Culture is a set of characteristics that identify socially acceptable patterns of behavior and social relationship within a given social group. Culture is what we believe, the ethics, the religion, the what is well known, what we agreed as well known within the society. عادات, تقاليد, ثقافة, ديانة, all this under culture umbrella. Culture sets the rules by which a society operates and applies to all of the members of the given society. Okay? And we have subculture as well. Subculture can emerge and can be influenced by age, ethnicity, and by geography. Subcultures influence consumer demand as well. And the third factor is consumerism. العوامل الاستهلاكية. Consumerism is organized action against business practices deemed not in the interest of consumer. Action taken through consumer movement and organized collection of interest groups and companies, such as associations, such as groups, النقابات المهنية, الجمعيات. All these would considered as interest groups. To protect consumer rights, they would work to protect consumer rights, حماية المستهلك, حقوق المستهلك, using corporate social responsibility, which is CSR. CSR, corporate social responsibility, المسؤولية الاجتماعية للشركات أو للمؤسسات. المسؤولية الاجتماعية المؤسساتية. We can say that corporate social responsibility. المسؤولية الاجتماعية المؤسسية. Not individuals. We have individual, but this is not individual. This is corporate social responsibility. It's more bigger and wider than individual capability. It's corporate social responsibility. retailers consider of impact of corporate social responsibility if high ethical behavior toward customers, employees, price company is regarded in a positive light. Okay? If the company behave well and they show good attitude toward the environment, to be friendly with the environment, against air pollution, against any pollution, to behave, to have good behavior toward customers, all positive behaviors, not cheating, this would be considered as positive light. However, the other way, the other end, if it is bad behavior, if they cheat, if they advertise something not true, then this would cause a negative light. Customers care about corporate social responsibility when shopping because they would see how they like product from the other, how would they choose a product from others according to the company behind this product. Is it ethically okay? Is it social responsibility okay or not? Unethical behavior is low profit because they would the customer would work against them because their attitude is in unethical behavior. So this would cause prevention from buying their products, which cause a low profit margin. Retailers should avoid practices harming interests of consumers, society, and environment. Okay, this is a red line. They should avoid any practice which cause harming interests of consumer or society or environment. Retailers' involvement in corporate social responsibility initiatives, environmental protection and sustainability, community initiatives, such as these are some examples of how they show their interest in corporate social responsibility. Community environmental protection and sustainability, if they work against air pollution or something like this, and also community initiatives, something like they give donations to charities, good causes, educational initiatives, like such as what we say, scholarship to educate poor people for schools and universities, giving vouchers to get some foods from restaurants, from Al Uthaim, from Banda, support equipments. They would do fundraising initiatives for charities, awarded grants to charities, and also they would do sponsorship programs, events. They would care and take care or sponsor events, good events, like Mother Day, like whatever good to society. Okay, we stop in technology here because I just want to pray Maghrib. Let's take a break. Let's say we take a break for 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, it's 15 to 20 minutes because I'm fasting today. I would pray Maghrib and take my breakfast and come back to you. So let's have a break, okay? Let's have a break for 20 to for 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll come back to you. Okay? Thank you. Sorry about this. Sorry. Uh, okay, let's say we reach technology. Uh, the type of technology available in the country, in the society, advanced technology. Technologies have influenced lives of individuals. Of course, if we have advanced technology, this means that we have a very comfortable lives, individuals and society, and also means success of industries, because most of industries based or need technology. Okay? As global competition increase, organizations' performance and strategy become dependent upon IT, information technology. Okay? Nowadays, IT is the future tools of everything based on technology. Okay? Uh, IT and other technologies like nanotechnologies, like الذكاء الاصطناعي مثلا, robots. Retail industry is known for its use of technology and by that improving profitability. For example, distribution, logistics, staff management. All this uh, would have cost cuts if they use technology instead of doing things annually. Distribution, logistics, staff management. So using technology make procedures fast, make it easier, less cost. Okay. In retailing business case, two aspects of technology to explore. This is technology and process of retailing. Okay, payment or point of sales. Technology of point of sales. And here, online orders, online sales. They have this screen, they have IT technology as well. So this is would make retail business easier, faster, and more profitable, and cost and cutting the cost as well. Technology and process of retailing. What's the link? Customer data is a great source of information. Customer data is a great source of information. You can make a lot of studies about the behavior and the trend of using certain products by customers. Key to satisfy customers' need and to remain competitive in the industry need technology. product offered, customers, and supply means that retailers generate huge amount of information about products, about customers, about suppliers. They have huge amount of information. IT, information technology developments, important to capture and manage data in retailing. So as a result, we have some technologies in such as electronic point of sale, electronic point of sales, EPOS system, which is cash registers, laser scanners, can read a universal price code, barcode, found at most retailers, even small retailers like grocery store attached to a computer can recognize price or products. Electronic funds transfer at point of sales, electronic funds EFTPOS, electronic funds transfer at the point of sales system. This is in the cases when to pay with credit or debit cards, to facilitate cashless payments, to connect it to sales, retailers, central computer, the computers of banks and credit card companies. Direct. The direct connection from the retailer into the bank and credit card companies. The same moment of purchasing the material. Electronic data interchange, which is EDI, another electronic elements. EDI is the electronic exchange of information. This is the definition. Electronic exchange of information between retailer's computer in one end and that of its supplier, okay, in the other end. And this would work for orders, for delivery, for invoices, all by one machine. Stockouts means stock not being available for the customer at the time it's required. And it takes time if we don't use electronic means. So if we have electronic exchange of information, we will not have a case of a stock out, because we have quick response replenishment system. This is another thing of electronic element. Okay, when we have EPOS system, which is electronic point of sales system, when we have this system, EPOS, combined with EDI, the electronic exchange, if we have the two systems combined together, retailers are in effect adopting just in time. This is Japanese theory, just in time. This would avoid the inventory cost, just in time, because there is a link, systematically online link between the retail shop and the wholesaler or the suppliers. So once they order the goods, it will be delivered automatically. It will be shown in the supplier computer, and there will be just-in-time replenishment or quick response replenishment methods, and this would faster delivering the goods from the retailer to the customer, and also reducing the cost as well, okay, because avoiding inventory. Okay, this figure here, information follows simplified quick response replenishment system. You can see here, you can see financial institute, which is a bank or financial credit cards or debt financial companies. They have a direct link with the retailer through electronic financial transfer, and customer, they have a link with the retailer through EBOS, which is system electronic point of sales in the retailer shop, and the retailer has a direct connection with the supplier through EDI. Okay. The electronic data interchange. EDI, the electronic data interchange between retailer and supplier, and also the financial institute supplier as well, because retailer would make the same order of customers, pass it to the supplier, and supplier can get the money through the financial institute, from retailer through the financial institute. So this is the information follow simplified quick response replenishment system. Ordering of merchandise is based on real time. Shorter time between an order and its arrival means that we have good system, because if you don't have electronic system and you don't have link, and all these procedures would be done by classical way, normal way, it would take times from the time making the order to the time. So the effect of using this electronic system is to make the time, the period shorter, and to reduce the cost. So supply is improved if retailer adopt automatic reordering. Supply is improved if retailers adopt automatic reordering through the electronic system. So the advantage of quick response, now we have the shortest time between an order and its arrival, which is quick response. Now, advantage of quick response is reducing stock outs. We should not have stock outs anymore, and we should not have inventory anymore. Surfaces, and reducing retailer costs because we don't have inventory. Okay, clear? Remote shopping and online retailing, internet became essential part of future sustainability. Not future, but nowadays it's already, retailers have their own websites, and you can order from their own websites online. Advantage to buy online there are some advantages and some disadvantages. Okay, the advantages are purchasing decisions, no queues. You don't have to stand in queue. You don't have to carry your shopping from from the supplier or from the retailer shop to your home. You don't need that. It comes to you. Once you order online, delivery will be online as well. However, first, not seeing goods prior to purchase. You don't see it. You see the picture, but you don't see the real product. Returning goods that do not meet your needs. Sometimes you cannot. It takes time. Potential security risks. This all disadvantages of buying online. The remote shopping market is fastest growing business sectors nowadays. It's dominant home shopping market. Previously, 10 years ago, they used to publish catalogs of the products, and they distribute all these catalogs either by mails to in the entrance, whatever, and you choose from the catalog. You choose the good or the product you want, and there will be a code or number, and then you can order online. You put the code, or you can order by telephone call, and you tell them the code. Then they would includes pure play retailers who only sell online, high street retailers with online sales operations, and mail order sales. It might be by mail. Other sales channels include mail order agencies. You can buy from them through their agent in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. Direct selling or door to door. Some companies, they would deliver your goods up to your door. So it's called order door to door. You order from door of the shopping to the door to your home door. And also they have in Egypt, for example, because they like to sit hours and hours watching TV. So advertisers take these advantages, and they have their own TV shopping. They have their own line, their own channel, just to show their products. Catalogs retailing, it was popular. Retailers sell to customers in as isolated locations because they are far away from the customers, so they ordered by phone or by mail, but they would choose from catalog, and they get the code of any item, and they send the order according to the codes. TV shopping, interactive television, is in early development stage. This is before, but now it's shift to social media instead of TV. Viewers have a very familiarity of television technology made it widely accepted as a remote shopping channel than internet. Some companies, they still media rather than the internet. Microenvironment, all environment, or which include customers, competitors, suppliers, and more. So microenvironments, retailers' immediate environment that can affect business performance, such as customer. Center retailers develop understanding needs of customers. Okay? If you need to success in retailing, you should know that your product, the product you have, is according to the need of your customer. Otherwise, you have a major influence on success. Okay, so you should know how to deal with competitors. You should be little bit far away from them, not close to them. Okay, so you will be by yourself. Distributors, suppliers, retailer, distributor suppliers, all these also other items in market. Distributors, retailers classed as distributors pass goods from a producer to end user sometime. And this can reduce profitability of suppliers by putting pressure on profit margin. Okay, sometimes they have the two duties. They work as distributors in the same time. Suppliers actors can affect profits of retailers. How come? Because increase in supply cost. Okay, if the supplier increase the cost because their cost increase, the retailer would increase the price, and this would push the price up. Alternative products appear more attractive, and here is the competition rule. Okay, if you should know that other products giving the same function of your product might appear more attractive. Automatically they will shift to other products because of raising the price. Retailers monitor behavior of actors in microeconomic environment to identify opportunities and threats. Competition in retail markets. There are reasons retailing is becoming competitive. What are these reasons? First, if we have mature retail markets, only way the retailers can grow is to take market share away from each other, away from competition. And if we have such case, we call this market the separate, away from each other. Or a new retail channel. For example, we have internet channel retail. This customer service expectation to enter retail market, enable another competitors to enter retail market as well, because they have different channels of distribution, of selling. And also globalization, when retailers react to and defend market share from domestic and international competitors. Now you can order car spare parts by online. It's much cheaper from buying them from the local competitors. So this is international competitors came to your local, so they share the domestic market. And this globalization factor, because they use the internet, they use the electronic mechanical competition. How we measure retail competition? Measure of competitiveness of a market is degree of concentration in the market. What is the degree of concentration in the market? It's one measure. How we measure concentration? It's a percentage of total market controlled by largest 4 or 5 retailers in a sector. If we have 4 or 5 retailers in the sector control the total market, then this means concentration, high concentration. Such as what? Such as, let's say, we can say oil. We can say the mobile service, 5 companies, retailers. then this we can say there is concentration market. Okay, in developed countries, market concentration dominance by a small number of large players. Market concentration dominance by a small number of large players. This is the case in developing countries. Local retailing dominated by few large retailers, such as small independent retailers forced to close. Of large retailers, then small independent retailers cannot compete them, so they're forced to close. They would go out of the market. And we have an alternative measure of particular type of retailer per thousands of population. Okay. This is another measure, number of retail outlets of particular type of retailer per thousand of population. If high ratio, this means high. If low ratio, market is understored. Retailer expand and other are attracted into market. So if high ratio, this means market is overstored, high competition, low competition. And this is type of competition. We have intra-type competition or inter-type competition. We have vertical competition. Producers and then wholesalers and retailers and then the customers. Okay. This figure is not that important, but okay. Vertical competition. What is vertical competition? When competition for parts of distribution channels, other words, that sell directly to the consumer. Okay? This is, you cannot compete horizontally, but you compete vertically. When your supplier is also has outlet and selling the product to the end user, to the customer. So this means you are facing vertical competition, not horizontal. Okay, from up. If the factory would sell to the, or the wholesaler would sell to the end user, then this is vertical competition. The internet has made this much easier because the factory put their products online and anyone can make an order in online, so they compete with you. This is example, Dell offers customer, and in doing so, they cut out several intermediaries. They cut out your cost, wholesale cost. So their profit share would be much higher. And they have a space to reduce the price, so they would sell more. Okay? This is very dangerous vertical competition. Forward integration, and we have backward integration. So forward integration is expansion of a business so that it can distribute products directly to customers. It can distribute products directly to customers. While backward integration is expansion of a business toward the manufacturer. In other words, from manufacturer to end customers. So backward integration, when the integration comes backward, so the end in the manufacturing. This is backward. They go backward from retailer in the front line. The integration, they expand. They expand integration. They expand the hand of distribution to reach the direct customer, the end user. Is it clear? Okay. The integration comes in forward integration. The integration comes or started from the big company with or wholesaler, and they capture the retailer and they do the same. Backward, when the small one integrated with the big one. corporate system competition is within corporate system most complicated form of competition in any market. Corporate system are those where retailer or manufacturer control everything through corporate system competition. In other words, products are manufactured, distributed, and sold by the same company. Big company, they have manufacturing, the same name, they have wholesaler, the same name, and they have retailer, the same name, same company. Okay, then we would say they compete between each other, but internally. What makes this type of competition complicated to understand is how the systems are formed. Is it so complicated or not? When possibility of forward integration and backward integration, if it is it easier to make forward integration or backward integration? Okay. Now, this figure shows strategic groups in UK grocery here. This line shows price and quality. Okay, more price, more quality, and here the merchandise range. Okay, high quantity, less quantity. So let's say, for example, if we compare between and convenience stores, what we can say? We can say that convenience store, they have higher quality with more expensive price. And hypermarkets, they have same products in less price, and there's a difference between the two. Convenience store, they are selling in low volume. Hypermarkets, they are, okay? That's the main difference between the two. And here in this line, we have superstores, we have conventional supermarkets, we have limited line deco. They are in the same line, okay? Upmarket, supermarkets, and warehouse clubs. Anyway, this case in UK only. Groups of store competing in similar way with similar target markets and similar marketing plans because they are all specialization in one line, all grocery markets. Aim is to help us understand how competing retailers might, okay? Intensity of the competition depends on how close groups are to one another. It's healthy, more healthy. If they are close together, then the competition would be very intensity competition. Okay, I think this is the last one. Any question? And notice the announcement for activity 1, because according to the calendar, next week will be the calendar, but according to the practice, we are in week 4. So it's okay, we follow the calendar. So we consider next week, you should have activity 1. So please keep opening LMS and watch the Dr. Sulaiman Thwani. He would announce about the activity 1. And there would be, okay, if there's no question, then we end the lecture. Any question? Any question? No? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much and see you next Monday.